Oh man. So I had this one thing on the list about
Mhm.
Brody King being banned from TV. I actually did kind of hear from uh, people at AEW about it. So that whole thing with
What were the
Dave,
different thoughts on it? I guess we got to give the backdrop because did Meltzer start this story and it ended,
Meltzer started the shit himself and
or he
basically
started not
ended it.
story but started this topic of discussion of
Yes, and
discourse.
and this goes back to last week to where he was claiming that AEW needed to essentially be apolitical and
Hmm.
aware of the fuck ice chants really getting out of hand.
Yeah.
We of course last week we saw Brody King getting all types of mainstream coverage, NBC News,
Hmm.
various senators. They started trying to pile on for political points, and just a bunch of people weighing in
Yeah.
that they're looking for people that talk about wrestling to kind of speak to it, but all those people that they end up talking to are like marks and don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's just like this whole thing. It's like, all right, like it's like these people are shocked for one that a fuck ice thing would be chanted by a wrestling crowd, and then they find out it's not WWE, and then they're like, hold on, there's left wing wrestling. This is what they're
Yeah. They,
saying, and I'm
they
like,
still think
this
it's the
ain't
80s and shit.
necessarily. I was like, this ain't necessarily left wing wrestling. It's just not literally in the bed with the Trump administration. Like
Yeah.
that's what's going on in WWE, right? But of course, like, it goes, and Dave like kind of jumps out there with this thing like AW needs to be apolitical and all this stuff. And I was like, where are those rules for WWE? And I was like,
Right.
if the rules are different for the number one promotion, just say that. Like, and then like,
Oh, I don't think Meltzer has any problem saying that. I
right.
think I think I think what he's saying is that's in almost, it goes without saying. It's almost rhetorical.
Yeah. And then he was insistent about them not playing any of the political stuff on WWE TV. And I'm like, Dave, that's absolutely incorrect. They were
Yeah.
at SummerSlam
Right.
showing fucking Trump and Triple H together on the video screen. The crowd was booing.
Yeah.
Like, no. So like what I heard was, like Dave kind of like jumped out there. I guess this may have been, to be fair to Dave, this may have been aggregation. I did not hear the clip,
Okay. Neither did I.
or the Wrestling Observer Radio to where he was talking about this, but I saw the aggregation of it where they were like, he was like, essentially like WBD held Brody King off the show. I was made
Yeah, that was
aware,
above Tony Khan. Yeah.
yeah, I was made aware. I actually kind of heard like two different stories. So look, who knows at this point what
Hmm.
really happened? I heard it in one thing that, Dave kind of already had it in his head that this was going to be bad. Obviously, he's ranted for a week about this, so he was gonna, kind of put it one way,
Hmm.
but and he made an assumption because Brody wasn't on the show. He was linking up two
Yeah.
and two in his mind, but I
Yeah.
was told this was WBD not doing this, and he was not banned, and he was headed to Australia. So I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
and I've also heard the contrary. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I had a question. I was like, if WBD, because WBD then released statements through SRS, who may or may not be happy at various times to run stuff that is
WBD
conflicting with
almost,
Dave.
no. You saw who WB emails also? You saw that today? Some
Jeremy,
WB.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He's
So
like, I cover New Japan Pro Wrestling.
yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, so like WBD then says, hey, we did not ban Brody King, and I'm like, okay, and they run that through Rick Aquino at Sports Illustrated. John Alba gets this message. Matt Men podcast, Zarian and all of them get this.
Mhm.
SRS, as I mentioned, and then I'm like, huh. Then I started thinking to myself, if WBD did ban him, right? Like say the
What
opposite was
incentive do they
true.
have to tell the truth?
Correct. I was like, remember when they had Jay Briscoe? They didn't ever come out and say, "Yeah, we done banned the Briscoes from appearing, on television before." We never got no story like that. So
Right.
like, it feels like
Mhm.
some decision was made and he was not on the show, right?
Yeah.
And now whatever is going to be going forward that is not accounting for why he wasn't on the show last night. And they're in Southern California. Perhaps a hot spot. I don't know. I maintain that if what Dave was saying was correct, they're going to fuck around
and get him over, or get that Chan over at least.
They're going to get the Chan over, or Brody King, or both.
Yep.
And he would obviously end up a bigger star, however, right? And I had a tweet take off, and I had, of course, dumbasses try to. I'm like, okay, y'all just sticking up fries. So, I saw this whole thing, and I'm just like, this whole thing has existed almost outside of the influence of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, which is fucking hilarious. Like, because like Brody King wore this shirt one time, like last summer, right?
Right.
And I think he has the shirts for sale, I think through AEW shop, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know that.
Or he has them independently, I think. And then they're basically...
I didn't even know he was selling that shirt. I thought he just wore it.
Yeah, or it's a different one. So it has like his logo and all that, and like the ski mask with the ice stuff, right? And he's donating proceeds off the shirt sold to, organizations that combat that shit, right?
All right, that's cool.
And gets the chance last week, and then now it's like, is he gonna be the fuck ice guy? Like, and then like, there could be a danger in that in one aspect, but in another, I mean, it's really hard to like, unless you are trying to kowtow to the administration. If WBD is caught up in sales of the business or whatever, to Netflix, and they're needing a signature or two, well,
with these gigantic mergers that keep happening, or whatever else, like not being in Trump's shit, doghouse makes it go smoother.
Yeah. And I guess like the thing for me is like, this came to wrestling, right? From like, this isn't something pro wrestling fans, I think, normally have to deal with, right? As far as like seeing the reaction to it, people then seeing the reaction to the reaction with Brody King, as far as like, damn, this ain't fair to Brody King if he was banned, or anything that may happen to him in the future or whatever.
Right.
I was talking.
Here's a funny part. Forget that part. Forget this part. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go your point. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I was talking to Josh from Keeping It Strong Style, and there was a reporter. I don't remember his name, that said he was gonna contact. Basically his contacts at the White House or whatever, because he's a big AEW fan, big Brody King fan, like trying to get somebody on the horn for comment on this. And the thing was like, is that kind of low stakes? Sure. Obviously, ICE's actual infractions are probably more worthy of being called out, obviously. But not, some of that stuff doesn't affect everyone's lives the same way. And there's a level of compartmentalization, I think, with that, to where it's like, yo, here's my interest, and it's even affecting this. Like, and then it's like,
can't escape.
You can't escape this thing. So it's like, I think there are so many like interesting aspects of this, as far as like people's reaction, what will happen to Brody King, what actually fucking happened, because like I said, I've got multiple kind of stories here going on. And Dave like kind of blowing the story up himself, and then coming out and basically having to clear it up. So it was like, it wasn't Dave's finest hour, but it was like, I don't know who he's talking to, who he may be getting like info from, who, may not even be in the company, maybe another company that's talking to Dave, trying to, plant seeds and shit. So it's like, there's a bunch of dirty business that's happening regardless here.
Yeah.
But this thing was a topic of Twitter all fucking day. It was like, wow, they had a fucking incredible show last night.
Oh yes, they did. My God.
Two things. people crying over Chris Statlander, which we're going to get to in a minute, and then Brody King, banned or not banned. Look, I was telling the music video makers, look, y'all got a chance right now. Y'all need to go ahead and make that Brody King highlight reel over banned from TV from Nori. You need to go ahead and get it up there now before the stories start emerging. Just go ahead, get the clout now. I don't know if they did it or not, but if you're hearing this and you make music videos, that's 2,000 likes right there.
So there's something also I thought you were going to get to. So you say you're talking to Josh about this, like as far as Brody's outlook on this, and like when this kind of stuff pops up on him, right? Pops up around him right now, like he's a challenger of the month. So, like, what happens if he just goes back to where he was? Are people going to be like, someone put the thumbs down on him? But it's like, nah,
right.
He's just a challenger of the month. He's supposed to go back to where he was, being the tag team,
Good
tough,
luck explaining that to people.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Like, and my thing is this: like, if you want Finance to be a shot in the arm to give him more, fine. I have no problem with that. As I said to you, like, with, there were a group of guys that like they fit a role that was valuable, and Brody right now is filling that role. And I think also Mark Davis kind of starts trying to step into that. But yeah, man, like I don't think people are going to be as. I think we're going to fall for that and be like, yeah, this happened. Be like, nah, he just went back to where he was, and it's going to be a hard time trying to convince those people otherwise, because they can feel the injustice.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, man, there's injustice going on in the streets, not in the ring. Relax.
Yeah. Like
that's what's important.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm sorry. That's what's most important.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be like so there are people like I think you get your anti AEW, maybe your bots, maybe your other people that are like there are people replying to me like nobody knows who Brody King is. I'm like, you're fucking dumb. Like I don't like
cool,
niggas been all over national news for a fucking week. Fuck off. Like so. It's like there's like a lot of different camps. There's your hardcore. There's gonna be your blue skyer. As you say, AEW fan, where they will have a tough time thinking he was not quote unquote punished whenever he drops back to wherever. People think maybe it'll turn him heel. Maybe there's a lot of like things they could do to put the screws to him or whatever. But bro, he's going back down after like Saturday.
Rich, remember the 2021 AEW like World Title Challenge tournament or whatever else? They ended with like Full Gear, when Omega beat in the opener Hangman Page. Remember in the setup to that where like Kenny Omega squashed Sonny Kiss? Remember that?
Yes.
They gave Kenny Omega the blues, saying that he was anti-LGBT because he squashed Sonny Kiss, and I was like, you must not be as familiar with Kenny Omega as I thought you did. If you think he's anti-LGBT, you think there's self-hatred going on in there? Is he? Do we need to come up with one of those? You need for a what do you call it? Do you need to come up with a term for a sellout in that particular space? Because we got to workshop that off air.
That'd be a whole whoop. Turn this bitch off.
You call that man a QC, it's crazy. But yeah, so you're right. If that it could happen, especially in that, as you mentioned, you said the blue square,
the blue skyers,
the blue sky. That's nasty.
There's a little bit more,
Shouldn't they be? Never mind. I was about to make a joke about shouldn't they be too busy mourning the loss of their fallen idol, Adam Hangman Page? But it's like, all right, man. If you don't like him for that, just like he said, I understand it, but I'm not. Someone asked me what does QC mean. Context clues, my brother. Like, I'm not gonna say it out loud. You ain't finna get this show banned. You out your mind?
But yeah, so like whatever happens going forward, hope he has a good batch. Hope he, I would like to see, like, look, there's a show in Minnesota that is coming
in May. Right?
rather soon.
I think it's early May because I saw someone post about it. It's like it had a picture of Shelton Benjamin on it and Tony Storm. I think it's May 5th or some shit like that.
Man, that is gonna be one for the books. We gonna see. Oh, March.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's a month from now. I was like, nah. Yeah. That's gonna be. Look, all I'm saying is, look.
Oh boy.
Welcome. Are you better off just holding Brody King off that show, or you just say fuck it and book him in like a 6-man tag or some shit like that?
No, you put him in the main event, and because they even opened that show. Welcome. Like, it's like, as they letting off the fireworks, you hear.
It's in St. Paul. Okay.
I mean, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Twin Cities. It's like St. Pete and Tampa, right? So if it's like they start Dynamite, they play the intro to the song or whatever else, they let out the fireworks, and all of a sudden you hear your boy, oh my god, I'm blanking on the fucking main announcer right now.
Justin
Mask.
Roberts.
A Mask.
Excalibur,
like, welcome to Dynamite, and he getting drowned out by hearing fuck ice chants to start the show. They better start. They better have people entering the ring or starting the match before they let that shit off, so they don't even know there's a fuck ice. They start chanting it because that might get started up immediately.
Yeah.
They opened the show with that.
King of the North, Mars Meltdown with Ice Cube's melting on the logo. Damn, special show, Mars Meltdown. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So we will see what happens.